Yes.
So welcome back to Inverness in the Spotlight. We're so glad you're still joining us. My name is Lace Blue McLean. I'm the past president for this Greater Inverness Old Town Association. So we're just delighted that you've tuned in. So in this segment, we have a familiar face joining us again. Galen Spinka is with Comfort Keepers. So welcome back.
Thank you, Lace.
It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Yes. Thank you. It's always great.
Every time we sit down to talk, I always learn something new. It's just expanding my knowledge in the healthcare vicinities. So anyway, welcome back. You've been busy lately, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. We are cyclical, believe it or not. This is our busiest time of the year.
Yes, I know we are. We have to care for everybody. So just for those viewers that perhaps don't know what Comfort Keeper is, just give us a very brief overview, because I know you want to talk about some other things. So give us a brief overview of
what Comfort Keepers does is we do in-home care. And it's considered non-medical in-home care, but what we really do is improve people's quality of life by helping them out around the house with housekeeping, meal preparation, bathing if necessary, take them to the doctors, do errands, involve them as much as possible in their daily activities.
And one of the key things, though, what I've learned from you is that the people that come out to the homes are your employees. They're not contractual.
Yes,
individuals.
We cannot, by law, we cannot use contractors.
Okay.
We are a home health agency. We cannot use contractors. We do use our own employees. We train our people and we monitor our people. And that's very important when it comes to care, because when you have somebody in your home, you want them to be monitored. I mean, it's...
And to be comfortable with, yes, exactly.
I mean, if you can't manage them yourself, then you want somebody else to manage the employees.
And I can see it on both sides. I mean, you'll be able to have the consistency and the quality of the individuals coming out and working with the folks that need the care, and then from the other end, whether it's the person that's ill or their family member, have the comfort in knowing that you all are certified and there's stability there, and there's a phone number to call if anything happens.
And it's pretty much a company taking care of their parents, not just an individual.
Exactly, exactly. So what are the latest things? So let's talk about the services that you provide. So someone has become ill, and they've had to be taken to the hospital.
Well,
and then
it's not only became ill.
Okay.
You just run into a challenge of life. As simple as if you need to use a walker and you can no longer have the mobility to do things like make your bed, change your bed linens.
Okay.
You cannot make a meal.
Okay.
You
So
can't carry the pot.
it goes all the way from the spectrum of just not really being able to take care of herself to someone who has become ill or has a major catastrophe. So how soon should Comfort Keepers be contacted?
Well, and that varies greatly. But one of the things you said about becoming ill or having a hospital stay or an operation, even an outpatient surgery, is it's important to have somebody there to take care of you afterwards.
Absolutely.
One of the trends we're seeing now more than ever is readmissions. Is people having a problem, they go home after their day surgery or whatever, and a week later they have complications, they have problems.
And they have to be readmitted.
And they have to be readmitted, or they have additional surgeries or additional care that's required. And most of this is simply caused by the fact that they can't properly take care of themselves, or their spouses of the same status and can't take care of them. So it's a lot easier to bring Comfort Keepers in for 5 days or 10 days, whatever you need the support for, to make sure that you had your operation, or you had your issue, and now you're being properly taken care of, and it's only for a couple of days, but that way you know you're taking your meds, you know that you're eating properly, you know you're following the doctor's orders, because you have somebody there prompting you and helping you.
Yeah, I could see it actually as a great way of transitioning. You know, perhaps just being proactive and having Comfort Keepers come in can help evaluate, do I need it longer? Or is I'm just adjusting to, this is how I now have to take care of myself, or the family can see how that needs to be done.
And you know quite rapidly. I mean, and honestly, we're there for 5 days or whatever you need the support for. And then if you need continued care, you'll know that. But at least you had your episode in life, you've gotten it taken care of, you're well, and you're able to move forward instead of taking an issue and dragging it out for a month or 6 weeks. That's a lot of suffering. Simply because you didn't follow doctor's orders. And most readmissions are simply that. You didn't do what you're supposed to do when you got home, or you couldn't do it.
Excellent.
You know, face it, if you go home and you're supposed to be on bed rest and you still have to make meals, well, that's not working out so well.
No.
Or you're trying to clean up the house or something.
Exactly.
Or even when it comes to meals, instead of eating a good meal, hubby's running out to a restaurant, getting carry out. Now you're eating fried foods and things like that that
Right.
may not be good for you.
Right.
So,
Not necessarily.
one of the reasons you would have care is just because you're going to have an operation or something, you need some extended care after whatever the episode was.
What I'm hearing is being proactive.
That's it.
Being proactive,
You know-
saying,
you know
okay,
when you
maybe I could
do
take
it,
care of
yeah.
myself, but what if?
What if?
Yeah,
And then if you
let's see.
can't, it's kind of late to get help then because
Right.
now you're already in trouble. And so, and this is
It's
what
like
we're
waiting
finding.
for the toothache to go full blown and then
That's
take the
right.
pain
And this is what
medicine
we're
and it
finding.
takes
We're-
longer.
We're bringing people in,
Exactly.
we're admitting people into our service that maybe didn't need that much service to begin with had they just taken care of themselves to
Exactly.
begin with.
Exactly. So it's a peace of mind, be less costly if you're called in sooner.
Correct. And the other part of it too is just general health.
Yeah.
A lot of people we're bringing in are pretty run down, and it's simply because how they've been living. It's pretty much their house is in a little bit disarray because mom can't do as much as she used to, dad can't make up
Right.
the difference.
Right.
They're eating meals from restaurants
Right.
and dividing them up, maybe sharing meals for a couple of meals. They're not eating properly, they're not taking care of themselves properly, and therefore they run into trouble a little sooner than they would have. So, you know, a lot of it is just a little being proactive, having somebody else in your team to help watch your health. It's about staying healthy as long as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, it's going back to being proactive and getting the support that's needed on the front end to avoid any complications.
Oh, absolutely.
Even, you know.
And that's really what it's all
Exactly.
about. And if you wait too long, then pretty much you're already in a pretty miserable state when you do
It'll
bring
take
service
longer to
in.
recover
And recovery's
and
like.
maybe not come back to the full capability that you were before or
And you know,
quality.
that is the biggest issue. It's not whether or not you're going to survive. It's whether or not you're going to come back to the quality of life that you enjoyed before whatever the episode was. And this is really, as you age, the hardest thing to do is regain what you had. And so when you do run into a challenge, it's like get help as soon as possible because
Right.
you don't want to protract this and make things worse down the road.
So I see your service is not only being helpful in the medical field, but it's also a whole quality of life.
And that's
it's a
honestly-
round it's a complete circle there.
We are considered non-medical, but what we do is we help monitor your health and get you the help when
There
you
you
need
go.
it. If there is something going awry, we recognize it. We tell you to go
That-
to the doctor and at least get
exactly.
checked out. And so
So-
the whole you're eating better, you're living better.
Absolutely. It's just
and-
the whole picture is just so much better. But before we run out of time here, give folks the phone number and
Oh.
how we can get a hold of you for this wonderful service.
Well, we're Comfort Keepers, and we're located in Inverness, but we serve all of Citrus County, and we can be reached at 726-4547. And we do have a free in-home consultation. All you have to do
there
is
you go.
call, find out how we're going to fit into your life, if we fit into your life, and see how we can benefit you.
There you go.
It's
So
free. Can't
it's
beat free.
Yeah, the first phone call and the first visit is a free. So you can't get even better than that. Trying to keep our quality of life going. So we thank you for joining us in this Inverness in the Spotlight. We hope you join us again in our next great segment for Inverness in the Spotlight. Thank you very much.